You must be joking. Picture this, a nation armed and ready. Their enemy, not soldiers, not tanks, but emus. Yes, you read that right. In 1932, Australia declared war on emus. It sounds like a joke, but this is a real historical event. Join me as we delve into the wacky world of the Great Emu War. Australia's outback, vast, rugged, and seemingly endless. This harsh and beautiful landscape is home to a variety of unique wildlife. Among them, the emu stands out. These large, flightless birds are perfectly adapted to the outback's challenging conditions. Standing nearly 6 feet tall, emus are a national icon of Australia. Their impressive stature and curious nature make them a fascinating sight. However, in the 1930s, these majestic birds turned into a national nuisance. The Great Depression had already strained the country. A booming emu population, coupled with severe drought conditions, led to a feathered invasion of farmland. Crops were decimated, and farmers were left in despair. Desperate to save their livelihoods, farmers took up arms. Thus began the infamous Great Emu War, a battle between man and bird. The emus had to be stopped. Enter the Australian military. Armed with Lewis guns, soldiers were dispatched to combat the emu menace. The mission: cull the birds and save the crops. It seemed like a simple enough task. Little did they know they were about to face a formidable foe. Section 4. Bird brains versus military might, a comedy of errors. In the annals of military history, few campaigns have been as bizarre and as laughable as the Great Emu War of 1932. The war was a comedy of errors from the start. The Australian government, facing an overpopulation of emus, decided to deploy soldiers armed with machine guns to cull the birds. Emus, it turned out, are surprisingly hard to shoot. These large, flightless birds proved to be more elusive and resilient than anyone had anticipated. They can run at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour, dodging bullets with ease. Their agility and speed made them formidable opponents in this unusual battle. Their feathers acted like bulletproof vests, rendering the Lewis guns ineffective. The soldiers found that their weapons, designed for human combat, were ill-suited for avian adversaries. The soldiers were outsmarted and outmaneuvered at every turn. Despite their best efforts, the emus continued to evade capture and culling, leading to widespread frustration among the troops. Newspaper headlines mocked the military struggles. The emus were winning. The press had a field day, with headlines that ridiculed the military's inability to defeat a flock of birds, turning the entire campaign into a national joke. Section 5. Ceasefire. Emus reign supreme. After weeks of embarrassing defeats, the Australian government called off the war. The emus had triumphed. The Great Emu War was a humiliating defeat for the Australian military, but a hilarious victory for the emus. The birds had successfully defended their territory and their right to snack on Australian crops. Section 6. A legacy of laughter. Why the Emu War still tickles us. The Great Emu War may seem like a bizarre footnote in history, but its legacy lives on. This peculiar conflict, which took place in Australia in 1932, saw soldiers armed with machine guns battling against a large population of emus. Despite their best efforts, the soldiers found themselves outmaneuvered by these flightless birds. It's a reminder that even the mightiest armies can be outsmarted by nature. The emus, with their speed and agility, managed to evade the military's attacks, turning what was supposed to be a straightforward operation into a comical debacle. The story of the emus' unlikely victory continues to amuse and intrigue people around the world. It serves as a humorous anecdote about the unpredictability of nature and the limits of human control. The Emu War has become a symbol of resilience and the unexpected twists that history can take. It's a tale of hubris, resilience, and the unexpected absurdity that can unfold when humans declare war on nature. The Emu War is often cited in discussions about the folly of underestimating the natural world and the humorous outcomes that can result from such miscalculations. And sometimes, just sometimes, nature wins. The Emu War stands as a testament to the fact that despite our technological advancements and strategic planning, nature has its own ways of prevailing. This story continues to be a source of laughter and reflection, reminding us of the enduring power and unpredictability of the natural world.